and candidates against violence, hate speech, and misinformation as campaigns for the 2026 governorship election gathers momentum. The warning was issued on Tuesday at a civic engagement program organized by the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, in Ekiti State, held at the headquarters located in New Ekiti Road in Ado Ekiti, Ekiti State, where electoral stakeholders and youths converge to discuss election integrity and participation. Speaking at the event, Ekiti State Resident Electoral Commissioner Dr. Bumi Omoseindimi said INEC, in collaboration with security agencies, would closely monitor political rallies, processions, and campaign across the state and apply sanctions where necessary. Still in Ekiti State, Independent National Electoral Commission INEC has lifted the ban on public campaigns following the release of the final list of candidates for the June 20th governorship election in Ekiti State. The resident electoral commissioner, Bumi Omoseindimi, said this yesterday while addressing leaders of political parties and stakeholders in Ado Ekiti. He announced that public campaigns would begin today and end at midnight on June 18th, calling on parties to strictly adhere to the approved campaign period and timelines. In a bid to ease overcrowding in correctional facilities across Lagos State, the Chief Judge, Honorable Justice Kazim Alogba, presided over a special court session recently at the Ogba Magistrates Court, where 18 inmates were released as part of the ongoing congestion exercise. The exercise, organized by the Lagos State Judiciary in collaboration with the Nigerian Correctional Service, saw eligible beneficiaries drawn from custodial centers, including the Bostal Home, Adigbe, female correctional centers, and medium and maximum security facilities statewide. Justice Alogba urged inmates released under the state's prerogative of mercy to take advantage of the opportunity to reform and live law-abiding lives, warning that gesture should not be taken for granted and that they would not be so fortunate if they committed another offense. Terrorists have released this final batch of 6 abductees taken from Ayetoru Kiri community in Bonoland, Kogi State, following weeks of intense negotiations and ransom payments. The Ayetoru Kiri Bono Development Association confirmed development in a statement on Wednesday, describing the release as the end of a long traumatic ordeal for the victims, their families, and the entire community. The abductees were members of First Ekwa Ayetoru Kiri, kidnapped during an attack on the community December 14, 2025. Minister of Interior Olubunmi Tunji-Ojo on Tuesday said paid an unannounced visit to the Nigerian Immigration Service Passport Office in Gwagwalada, Abuja, where he criticized delays in passport processing and warned applicants against making extra payments. The minister inspected operations at the VIP and children section of the passport office and engaged both officials and applicants, questioning why applicants were still waiting long after the office was expected to commence operations.
Our responsibility is to be efficient. our responsibility is not to keep people waiting. It's not just good enough for you to serve people. You must serve people well, diligently. I can see people downstairs, even the other capturing center. I think about almost 10 people out there waiting for capture, which is okay. I don't have a problem. But those that are waiting, it will not cost you anything if you leave this place from them. And secondly, who is doing the arrangement? She's doing the arrangement. Who is doing the capture? So why can't you do it simultaneously? It's not the same person doing it, and it's not the same system. No, it's a way to go. No, where is listen, it doesn't make sense to me. It doesn't make sense to me. People are there waiting. Some of these people still need to go to work. Some of these people, they've got other things to do. So if the essence here is division of labor, she is doing a woman, you are doing capturing. So why must you want to be around everybody before you do capturing? Somebody can go there, call somebody, you do the woman, then you do the capturing, the person will stand by there and you could do that. So what about you? Now wasting people's precious time. Time is money, time is expensive. It's unacceptable.
During the visit, Tunji Ojo got feedback from applicants and cautioned them against paying money outside official fees, insisting that Nigerians had already paid fully for passport services.
Nigerians are paid online. It is immigration responsibility to switch your needs. Don't put the Nigerian government. If I hear, so you say money for that, money for you.
As Nigeria inches closer to its next national consensus, the federal government has placed effective communication at the heart of plans to deliver credible, transparent, and globally acceptable head count. The Minister of Information and National Orientation, Mohammed Idris, made this clear in Abuja on Wednesday while receiving the chairman of the National Population Commission, NPC, Dr. Aminu Yusuf, who led a management delegation on a courtesy visit. According to Idris, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu is carefully aligning all legal and procedural requirements to ensure the consensus meets international standards, adding that the presidential proclamation remains the lawful trigger for the exercise. The Minister of Livestock Development, Idi Mukhtar Mahaha, yesterday reaffirmed the federal government's commitment to climate-smart livestock production with a strong focus on improved feed and fodder systems to reduce greenhouse gas emissions and enhance productivity. Mahaha declared that 6 pilot states, Adamawa, Benue, Kaduna, Kano, Plateau, and the Federal Capital Territory, FCT, had been identified for the establishment of national communal ranches with land allocation expected ahead of the next rainy season. The minister spoke during a meeting with the ILRI Gates Livestock Feed and Nutrition Project team, where discussions centered on the link between ruminant feeding systems, methane emissions, and climate change. The leadership of the People's Democratic Party, PDP, has officially declared the race for its 2027 presidential ticket is open to all interested aspirants from the southern part of Nigeria. This inclusive stance specifically clears the path for former President Goodluck Jonathan and other prominent southern leaders to vie for the party's nomination. According to reports, the national chairman of the PDP, Tamino Turaki, made the strategic disclosure during a high-profile visit to the Abuja residence of former Vice President Namadi Sambo. Business. The Central Bank of Nigeria, CBN, is expected to conduct its second Treasury bills, T-bills auction for the month of January 2026, valued at 1.15 trillion naira today amid elevated system liquidity and missed interest rate expectations. The Apex Bank will open a total offer size of 1.15 trillion naira across the three standard maturities, 91 days, 182 days, and 364 days, continuing its strategy of aggressive market funding through short-term domestic instruments. The auction comes at a time when investors remain sensitive to inflation dynamics, monetary policy signals, and liquidity management operations by the CBN. Has addressed recent allegations linking her to the collapse of a woman's marriage, adopting a measured and restrained approach. The allegations were made by Ifyo Kafo, a UK-based Nigerian woman who accused Isime and former beauty queen Sylvia Unduka of being involved with her husband. Petit, the owner of Saika Lagos, issued a direct public statement. Instead, she maintained her regular social media presence, sharing vacation photos and videos on her Instagram page. A post conveyed a sense of calm and confidence, suggesting that she remains focused on her personal growth and well-being amid the ongoing controversy. And in sport, it's time to join Compassion Adebayo.
In sports, Nigerian Football Federation NFF President Ibrahim Musa has reacted to the report of a heated row with Moroccan FA President Fawzi Lekka. The Nigerian Football Administration dismissed report claiming he was involved in a clash with the CAF vice president after Nigeria lost to Morocco at the Prince Moulay Abdullahi Stadium. Speaking after the reports gained traction on social media, the NFF chief described the claims as false and baseless. And that's all we have for you on the sports scene. Over to you, Bukola.
Thank you so much, Compassion Adebayo, for taking us through sports. And to take us through foreign news, it's time to join Jennifer Ebonson.
And on the foreign scene, the U.S. military has seized the seventh tanker transporting oil from Venezuela as the Trump administration seeks to control the nation's oil exports and revenue. The tanker, identified as Moto vessel Sagita, was captured by U.S. military forces Tuesday morning. U.S. Southern Command said in a statement, saying the operation was conducted without incident. According to the statement from U.S. Southern Command, the vessel was leaving Venezuela with Venezuelan oil in a defense of President Donald Trump's established quarantine and sanction vessels in the Caribbean. And that's all we'll have for you on the foreign scene. Back to you, Bukola.
Thank you so much. Thank you. And now to end Hyoba News, a quick reminder of our major stories. We told you that the independent are credible, transparent, and finally, on the foreign scene, we brought you to you that the U.S. military has seized a seventh tanker transporting oil from Venezuela as the Trump administration seeks to control the nation's oil exports and revenue. That's the size of our bulletin half a hour, as put together by the production team, edited by Compassion Adebayo. I am Bukola Olorun Tobi. Many thanks for listening.
Number 1.